Hi, I'm Jim Merklin, a partner with Bober Markey Fedorovich. I've been spending an extensive amount of time with our clients over the last couple of months, dealing with the impacts that COVID-19 has had on their businesses. I'm here today to help you understand some of the impacts to employee benefits. Before we talk about the CARES Act, let's talk a little bit about changes that have occurred a bit earlier, since it's relevant to what's happening in the marketplace today. First, I'm going to talk about the Secure Act. The Secure Act was passed by Congress and signed by the President on December 20th of 2019. The Secure Act makes it easier for small businesses to set up safe harbor retirement plans that are easier to administer and less costly. Automatic enrollment in these plans can be increased from 10% of wages now up to 15% of wages. It provides a maximum tax credit of $500 per year to employers who create a 401k or simple IRA with automatic enrollment. A third provision that expands the eligibility for participant plans. Right now, many part-timers are excluded from participating in their employer plans, but these part-time workers may now become eligible to participate in those plans. People who work either 1,000 hours throughout the year or have 3 consecutive years where they work 500 hours can participate. The Act also pushed back the age for required minimum distributions to age 72, whereas it had previously been at age 70 and a half. This allows people to keep their money in their qualified plans longer and earn more money on those funds on a tax-deferred basis. It allows traditional IRA owners to keep making contributions indefinitely, so long as they have earned income that justifies the contributions. It allows the use of 529 accounts to pay for qualified student loan repayments up to $10,000 per year. It allows 401ks to offer annuity products. In the 401k marketplace, this is a significant change and will provide a benefit to employees who would like to have more certainty as to the dollars that they'll be able to take out during their retirement years. Finally, one big provision that was created by the Secure Act was what I will term as the death of the stretch IRA. Under prior law, when someone passed away, the person inheriting an IRA could receive annual distributions out of the inherited IRA over the remainder of their expected lifetime. The Secure Act took this benefit away and now requires non-spousal inheritance to pull funds from those accounts over a 10-year period. This was a big change, and it's estimated to raise nearly $16 billion of tax revenue for the government. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the CARES Act. The CARES Act was passed by Congress and signed by the President on March 27th of 2020. There were a number of changes to benefit rules as a result of the CARES Act. Under the Secure Act, I mentioned to you the changes with regards to the minimum distribution rules. Well, those minimum distribution rules have been waived for 2020 due to the impacts of the crisis to the value of investment assets within the plan. Single employer defined benefit plans are allowed to defer their 2020 contributions to January 1 of 2021, but please be aware that those deferrals are subject to interest. This is an optional provision and would need to be adopted by the plan sponsor. There's also a waiver of early withdrawal penalties on COVID-19 related distributions from qualified retirement plans up to $100,000. These distributions will not be treated as eligible rollover distributions, so no 20% mandatory tax withholding applies. This is an optional provision at the discretion of the plan sponsor. With regards to these distributions, they would be taxed over 3 years. The COVID-19 related distributions are only available to a participant, spouse, or dependent diagnosed with the virus, or a participant who has experienced adverse financial consequences resulting from the reduction in work hours, been laid off, quarantined, or furloughed, or is unable to work as a result of lack of child care due to the virus. Employers may rely on the certification of the individual that they meet these criteria. Allowance for people taking COVID-19 distributions to repay these distributions over 3 years, and these redeposits would not be subject to annual contribution limitations. The law also provides an allowance for COVID-19 impacted participants to take loans from plans at increased levels, from $50,000 currently up to $100,000 during 2020. And this can be up to 100% of the participant's account balance versus existing rules that limit loans to 50% of the account balance. It should be noted that this is also an optional provision and would need to be adopted by the plan sponsor. Any existing loan payments that are due in 2020 are required by plan sponsors to be permitted to be delayed for 1 year from the original payment date if the date occurs between March 27 and December 31 of 2020. Subsequent repayments are to be re-amortized over an extended period. Again, this is a mandatory provision that must be adopted by plan sponsors. One final provision is that it provides for expansion of benefits for employers that want to pay down employee student loans. They can now pay up to $5,250 per year per employee, and that would be tax-free for the employee. Lastly, let me tell you about a couple of healthcare provisions. Congress wanted to incentivize people to use telehealth so that they could avoid face-to-face contact in this world of social distancing. A key benefit is the offering of first dollar telehealth benefits. Health savings accounts paired with high deductible health plans must cover telehealth and other remote care services on a pre-deductible basis until the end of the 2021 plan year. Additionally, the new law extended the authorized use of health savings accounts, flexible spending accounts, health reimbursement accounts, and Archer medical spending accounts for over-the-counter drugs and menstrual care products. If you have any questions or would like more information, I'd be glad to speak with you anytime and would welcome your call. Thank you.